Today we will see what is the another method, that is the run method, start method, current thread is allowed. Run method we are using. Why we are using run method? If you want to write any thread task, for that we are using the run method. Right? Other method is that there is a start method. So why we are using start method? If you want to start any thread, for that we are using the start method. Right? My voice is clear, right? My voice is clear, guys. My voice is clear. Getting disturbance. Okay. Now is it okay? Now is it okay? Okay. Now we will see what is meant by current thread method, what is meant by is allowed method. Okay, so before that we saw run and start method. Run method we are using for writing any thread task. Start method we are using for starting any thread, right? So if you want to start any thread, we are using the start method. But remember one thing here. I am showing you a new thing. You have to concentrate on that. Suppose I have write any task here, any program I have wrote here. Till now, what we know is JVM will come here inside the main method, and after that JVM will execute whatever task we are writing here. Right? If you are creating an object, or if you are creating a thread object, or if you are starting the thread, who will doing that? That is the JVM only, right? JVM will do all the things, like whatever things we are writing inside the main method, JVM only will execute. Right? We are knows this thing only. Now what we will do here? Suppose now I will copy this thing from here and I will tell you the new things. I will simple copy thing. I will come here and I will paste it here. Okay, I am pasting it here. So what I am doing is now 1 minute. Okay. So what is the thing? Till now we saw that whatever things we are writing into the main method, that thing is executed by the main method, right? But now we are learning the thread. So what is the concept of the thread is coming here. Now I will tell you. Whenever we are writing the thread, okay, whenever we are creating any program, till now we knows that whatever things we are writing inside the main method, that is executed by the JVM. See, whatever things we are writing inside the main method, that is executed by the JVM. We knows that, right? Till now we knows that this thing only. But now what is the thing here? Now whatever things we are writing here, that is not executed by the JVM. Okay, that will not executed by the JVM. So who is doing that? Whenever we are executing this program, so what will happen? This whatever main method, inside the main method JVM will come, and JVM himself, it will not execute all the things. It will create one thread here. Okay, JVM will create a thread here like that. Whenever we execute the program, no, that JVM will create one thread here, and that thread name is a here. The thread name is a main thread. Okay, this thread name is a main thread, and this thread will execute whatever things we are writing inside the main method. Okay, this is only the thread which is executing whatever things we are writing inside the main method. Okay, this means from where when we are using the multi-threading concept from the beginning, when we wrote the first program, from that time we are writing the multi-threading concept. We are using the multi-threading concept. Here JVM is not executing all the things. Who is executing? That is the main thread. JVM will only create a thread here. That thread name is the main thread, and that main thread is executing whatever things we are writing inside the main method. Okay, whatever things we are writing inside the main method, JVM only executing that all the things. Suppose if you are writing here, we are creating an object into the main method. So who will create? That is the JVM only. If you are writing here, if you are creating a thread object, who is creating that? That is the main thread. If you are starting the thread from here, main thread only creating that. Okay, main thread will only responsible to execute whatever things we are writing inside the main method. JVM will not execute. JVM will only create a main thread here. Okay, the thread name is a main thread, and that thread only executing whatever things we are writing inside the main method. Okay, here only one thread is responsible for executing whatever thing inside the main method, that is the main thread. Okay, now we will come to the here. Now we have a multiple methods here. There is run method, start method, current thread, and isOrder. Now suppose I want to check that which thread is running here. Okay, I want to restart an instance of that thread. So for that, what we will use? So simple, we have one method here, that is the current thread method. If I want to return the current thread instance, that time we are using one method. That method name is a current thread method. That is used to return the current thread instance. Okay, current thread method is used to return a current thread instance. See here, what is the return type here? That is the thread. So it will return the current instance of the thread. Okay, it will return the current instance of the thread. What is the use of this current thread? It will return the current instance of the thread. Okay, and this is a native method. What is meant by native method is, native method means its implementation is written in another language other than the Java. Okay, its implementation is written in another language other than the Java. That is only called as the native method. Okay, this method this method's implementation is written in the another language. Why? Because this is a native method. Native methods implementation is written in the another language like C++, C. Means Java is not a native language for us, but other than the Java language, that all the languages are the native language for us. So its implementation is written in the another language. So if I want to use this method, how we will use that? Suppose here I want to check that which thread is working here inside the main method. Just now I told you that in this method our one thread is executing, that is the main thread. Whenever JVM will come here, whenever we executing that things, JVM will create one thread here. That thread name is the main thread. Now I want to check that that thread is present there or not. So for that, what we will do, system.out, we will write system.out, and after that what I am doing is simple, I want to use this method. Simple, I want to use this method, that is the current thread, and where this method is present, this method is present inside the thread class, and this is a static method as well. So we can use this method directly with the class name. So as we know that static methods we can directly call with the help of class name, right? So I will come here inside our Eclipse. Here I am writing thread. Thread is a class name. And what is our method name? That is the current thread. Okay. I want to check that which thread is working here. Or I want to return the current thread instance. That time I am writing simple here current thread. Now if I run this one here, see what will be print? Thread, then main is a thread name, then priority, and who is created. That is the main thread only created, this main thread. Okay. So that is printing on the console. So we are getting here, that is the main. Right. Means which thread is working here inside our main method. That is the main thread is working here. Whenever we run the program, JVM will create one thread. That thread name is a main thread. Okay, and that is responsible whatever things we are writing inside the main method. Now, if I want to show you the another thing, that is the main thread is working here or not, I will show you one thing here. Suppose I am writing here, that is the 100, 1 minute. I'm writing here, suppose 100 divided by 0. So now what will be print on the console? What it will be print on the console? what it will be print on the console? Right here 100 divided by 0. What it will be print on the console? Exception, right? If I run this one, the exception will be come. See, exception is coming here. Why? Because we are writing 100 divided by 0. We saw this thing inside the exception as well, right? So what we are, what except what which line we are getting here? Exception in thread main, right? What we are getting here, that is the exception in thread main, means which thread is working here? That is the main thread is working here. That's why we are getting here. There is the exception in thread main. Okay. Now another thing is that, can we change the name of this thread? If I want to change this name of the thread, so can we change that? Yes, we can change the name by two methods, with the help of setName method and with the help of getName method as well. With the setName method, we can set the name. And with the getName method, we can get the name. If I want to get the name of the thread, with the help of getName method, we can get that. And if I want to set the name, with the help of setName, we can with the help of setName method, we can set the name of the thread. Now suppose I want to change the name of that thread. So how we will change that? Simple, I will come here, thread. Then I want to check that which thread is working here. Directly we cannot set. First we have to check that which thread is working here. So thread dot current thread and dot I'm writing here, that is the set name. Simple, I'm writing here set name. Okay. And after that here I'm changing the name of this thread. Any name we can give. Suppose I'm writing any name here. That is, suppose I'm writing here Murli. Okay. Now we have changed the name of our thread from main thread to Murli. Now if I run this one, see what will print on the console. See, exception in thread Murli, means we are changing the name of our thread. Okay. First, which name we have? That is the main thread. Now we change the name from main thread to the Murli, right? That is the thing. If you want to change the name of our thread, how we will change that? We can change the name with the help of set name method. Now, what is the use of the get name method? If you want to get the name of our thread, that time we are using the get name method. Simple. You can change any thread name. Okay. Suppose if I want to create a thread and if I want to change the name of that thread, so how we will change that? Simple. I will write here. If I want to create a thread, how will I create that? By two ways, right? So first way I am using here, that is the extend thread class. Okay. And with the help of thread class, after that we are, what is your second step? Public void and data. Here I'm writing anything system.out and here I'm writing hello. Okay. This is the another thread I'm creating here, that is new text. Okay, this is the new thread I'm creating here. What is the name of this thread? If I ask you what is the name of this thread, if you are not giving any name to that thread, so what it will do? It will give by default name to this thread. Okay, so what is the by default name? Suppose I am creating this thread now. So JVM by default give this name, that is the thread 0. If I create another thread, for that thread it will give thread 1. For another thread, thread 2, thread 3, thread 4, like that it will be given. Okay. If you are not giving any name, it will be print that name like thread 0, then thread 1, thread 2. Okay. Now if I want to get the name, how we will get that? So suppose first thread name we will try to get it. How we will get that? Simple, I am writing here, that is thread dot current thread dot get name. Very simple, I'm writing here thread dot current thread dot get name. I want to get the name of our thread, so that's why I'm writing here thread dot current thread dot get name. So thread I'm using current thread. Which current thread is working here? Inside the main method, which thread is working here? That is the C. The main thread is working here. So which name it will be print? That is the main thread. But we have changed the name of main thread to the Murli. So what will be print? That is the Murli only, right? Murli it will be print on the console. But we have to remove this thing exception because it will be normally terminate the program. Okay. Now I want to get the name here as well. So how we will get that? Simple, we need to write here again thread dot current thread dot get name. I will here also I will write get name. And we have to differentiate that. For that I will write here, there is the parent here. Okay. And here I am writing same thing inside the this one as well. So I am writing here, there is the child. I am writing parent and child. I will tell you later. See, I am writing here parent. Here I am writing child. So now if I run this one, see what is the name we are getting. Here parent name we are getting. Why we are not getting here? Okay. So here I have not started the thread. Object dot start we need to. If I run this one, see and Murli we are getting, and child thread 0. What is the name of this thread we are getting here? That is the thread 0. If you create another thread, that thread name will be a thread 1. Now we are creating only one thread. So what is the name of this thread here? That is the thread 0. That's why we are getting here, that is the thread 0. How we are getting? So here we are creating a thread. So who is creating this thread? The main thread only creating. Who is executing all the things here? That is the main thread. See here, I told you whenever we run the program, JVM will create one thread here. That thread name is a main thread that is responsible to execute whatever things we are writing inside the main method. So that thread will become here. That thread will be print this line first. After that, print this line. Then after that, it will create an object. When we will create an object, that time our thread will be created. As I told you in last session, when we will create an object, that time our thread will be created. What is the name of this thread here? That is the thread 0. And who is created this thread? That is the main thread only. Main thread only created this thread. That's why I'm telling this. This whatever things is working here, that thread name is a parent thread, and this thread name here, this thread name here, I'm writing as a child thread because this thread is created by main thread. That's why I'm telling here, main thread is a parent thread, and this thread 0 is our child thread. Okay, this thread 0 is our child thread. Okay, so now from now here, if I print these things, what it is printing? Thread dot current thread dot get name, and here we are getting thread 0. Why? Because we are creating a thread here. What is the name of this thread here? Thread 0. And object dot start we are writing. Whenever we write object dot start, it will indirectly call our run method. So we will come here inside the run method. That is thread 0 only. So whenever it will become here, it will print the line. So child plus thread dot current thread dot get name. So what it will print here? What is the name of that current thread? This thread is working. That is thread 0. So child and the thread 0, it will be print on the console, right? Child and the thread 0 will print on the console. So here we are creating a thread. Whenever we start the thread, so what it will be do? This thread, that is the object thread, this thread name is a thread 0. This thread will become here, and this thread will be execute whatever things we are writing inside the run method. What is the name of this thread now? This thread name is a thread 0. That's why we are getting here two things on the console. Parent is Murli and child is thread 0. If I remove the statement method from here, now see what we are getting here. That is the main thread and this child thread. Okay, this thread is working here, that is the main thread, and which thread is working here? That is the child thread. That is the thread 0 is working here. Okay, now if I create another thread here, suppose I'm copying this thing up, if I writing another thing here, and if I writing here object 1, and here also writing object 1. Now see what we are getting here, main thread 0, and then we are getting here thread 1. Okay, first we are getting the main thread here, then here we are getting thread 0, and what is the name of this thread here? This is thread 1. Now if I want to change the name of the thread, so how we will change that? We change the name of the main thread, right? So we can able to change the name of this thread as well. We can change the name of the thread, this thread as well. Okay, here how we will change the name of this thread? Simple, we write here object dot set name. Okay, if I write like that, if I want to change the name of this thread, so simple, we will write here Java. This is the first name of our thread, and we will change the name of this thread as well. This is the object dot set name. Okay, and this thread name I'm writing here, that is the Python. Okay, so first thread name we are changing from set name we are changing name from thread 0 to the Java, and second thread name we are changing the name from thread 1 to the Python. Now we are getting the name of two threads here, right? Now we will run this one. So what we will get it on the console? See, first thread name, there is the Python, another one is the thread 1. See, if I run this one, as I told you, all the threads will be run at the same time. See, these all threads run at the same time. So sometimes this thread will work fast, sometimes this thread will be work fast. If I run this one, see, if I run this one multiple times, so we are getting the different result. Okay, sometimes thread 0 will be work, sometimes thread 1 will also work. Okay, so object dot name, why this name is not changed? 1 minute. Object 1 we have to write, sorry, object 1 we need to write. If I run this one here, see, now it will change the name from Java to the Python. Okay, all the threads, remember one thing, all the threads will be run at the same time. Okay, all the threads will be run at the same time. So that's why we cannot assume the execution of our thread. We cannot assume the execution of the thread. So that's why we are writing here. That's why if you run this one, all the things, so sometimes you will get the different results as well. Sometimes this thread will be run first, and sometimes this thread will be run first. Okay, this will completely depend on the JVM who will allocate the processor. Right, it will allocate the processor to this thread, so this thread will be allocated. This thread will be run. Suppose JVM is allocate the processor to this thread, so this thread will be run first. These are the two methods we saw that there is the run method, the getName method, and the setName method. And current thread method, it will return the current instance of the thread. Now, what is meant by is alive? This is the simple method only. If our thread is alive, then it will return true. If our thread is not alive, that time it will return false. So see here, suppose if I come here and if I want to check that if our thread is alive or not, that simple it will return true or the false only. Nothing much in that. Okay. So if I want to check that my thread is alive or not, so I will write here system.out because it is returning the name of our thread. See, if I see the return type here, is alive, it is returning one thing, that is the boolean. And another thing is that this method is also native method, means its implementation is written in the another language other than the Java. Okay, is allow method return one boolean value, that is the true or the false. I will write here thread dot current thread dot is alive. Okay, I want to check that the method that thread is alive or not. Which thread I am checking here? Is the main thread because thread dot current thread dot is alive. If I run this one here, who is printing on the console because our main thread is alive. Now, if I want to check this thread 0, how we will check that? I will remove this thing from here, and if I write simple object dot is alive. If I run this one now, see, it is returning true. Means this thread is also alive. But if I write this thing before our thread is started, that time what it will be print? Before starting our thread, if I run this one, that time it will return false because our thread will be start after performing this start method. Before starting the thread, if you are writing object is alive, that time it will return false because that time our thread is not alive. Our thread will be alive after that, after object dot start. When our thread will be start, that time our thread will be alive. Before that, if you are writing object dot is alive, it will print only the false because that time our thread is not alive. Okay, this is the another method. So till now what we saw, that is the run method, start method, current thread is alive, get name method to get the name, set name method to set the name of our thread. So anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt till here? Guys, anyone have any doubt? You can ping into the chat also. Anyone have any doubt? Okay. Okay. Now we will move to the another part, that is the is daemon and the set daemon. What is meant by daemon thread here? Daemon thread is a service provider. It will provide a services to the another thread or the user thread. We can say that. Okay, it will provide a services to the user thread. We can say that. What is daemon thread? Suppose if you work some time on the Word or the PowerPoint or anywhere. So what you saw, if you make any spelling mistake, it will autocorrect your spelling mistake, or sometime auto capitalization also there. If you are writing a small letter, always it will auto capitalize your word, right? That is the another thing here. Suppose I am writing here, suppose hello only. Okay, suppose I am writing only the hello, what it will be print? It is not giving anything to me. But if I make any spelling mistakes, 3 or 4 times I am writing a hello, it is showing, it is giving the indication that you have make the spelling mistakes here. Who is telling this all the things? Inside the background, one thread is working here. Inside the background, one thread is working here. That is the auto spell checker. Okay, auto spell checker is working here. That is the only called as our daemon thread. That will be provided services to our user thread. Okay, daemon thread is a service provider which is provided services to the user thread. Here, one thread is working. That is the user thread which is typing. Right. Another thing which is working inside the background, that is this spell checker, auto spell checker. So what that things will be do? If you made any changes here, that will send the indication that you have made any spelling mistake here. It will give the indication like inside the bottom side it will give you the one red line. right? It will give the one indication. So that is the only called as the service provider, or we can say that that is the spell checker. Daemon thread is nothing but our service provider. Suppose if I not write anything here, so can our daemon thread will be also work? If you are not writing anything, so who it will be provider services? Okay, if you are not writing anything here, to whom it will be provider services? Okay, so suppose if you are not writing anything, can auto spell checker will check that thing? No, right? It will not check that thing. If I write here any spelling, that time it will be checked. If spelling is okay, it will not give you any indication. But if you made any spelling mistake here, that time it will give you the indication. Okay, if you are writing anything, that time it is okay. But if you are not writing anything, that time it will not take anything. Means our daemon thread life, it completely depend on the user thread. Okay, our daemon thread life is completely depend on the user thread. If user thread is there, then daemon thread will be also there. But if user thread is not there, so daemon thread will be also not there. Okay, JVM will automatically remove the daemon thread. If you remove the user thread, that time JVM will automatically remove the daemon thread as well. To set the daemon thread, to set the thread as a daemon thread, we have a two method. First thread as a set daemon method, and another one is the is daemon. Set daemon method we are using to convert any thread into the daemon thread. And each daemon method, it will be returned true and the false value. If our thread is daemon, that time it will return true. And if our thread is not daemon, that time it will return false. So we will take the example here. Suppose we came here and here we have only one method. Suppose we have here one thread. This thread we have. I will remove this thing as well. So this is the thread we have, and we have run method as well. Inside the run method, we are printing the only the name of our thread, child, and the name we are printing here. Okay? Child and the name we are printing here only. If I run this one, so successfully it will be print the name of our thread, that is a child, and the thread. Now, if I want to check this thread is this thread is daemon thread or not, so how we will check that? So simple, I will come here inside that. Now we'll write system.out because it is returning the boolean value. As I told you, like boolean value it will be returned. If thread is daemon, that time it will return true. If thread is not daemon, that time it will return false. Simple. Right? I will write here object dot is daemon. If thread is daemon, that time it will return true. If our thread is not daemon, that time it will return false. If I run this one, see, it is returning false because our thread is not daemon. We are not used till now, that is the set daemon method and all. So that time, that's why it is returning false here. Now I want to convert this thread into the daemon thread. So how we will convert that? So simple, I will come here. I will write here object dot set daemon. Okay, set daemon I am writing here, and here what we need to do, we have to give one boolean value inside the parenthesis. We have to give one boolean value. If you want to convert the thread into the daemon thread, that time we have to write here true. Otherwise you need to write here that is the false. Okay, now if I run this one, see what it will be print on the console. That is it. True is printing on the console. Now if I remove this thing from here, what it will be print? See, child thread 0. Now if I write here another thing, suppose here I came here, I am creating the another method, new is another thread I will create obj1. Here I also write here obj1 dot start. Okay, two things I am writing here. This is the first thread, and this is the other thread we have. Another thread is a daemon thread, and first thread is a normal thread. Now if I run this one, see, child thread 0 is only printing. This thread is not printing because this thread is a service thread only now. Okay, this thread is a service thread only now. This thread is not our real thread. This thread is our only the daemon thread, which will be provide services to the another thread. This is our thread 0, and this is our thread 1 now. So we have converted this thread into the daemon thread. Now it will be work as a service provider only. Okay, now this thread will be work as a service provider only, means it will be provide services to the this thread. Okay, it will provide services to the this thread. So that is only called as the daemon thread. Daemon thread is a service provider which is provided services to the user thread. Same like this one. Here we have one thread that is we are typing here, another thread which is working in the background, that is called as the auto spell checker. When we are writing, that time it is allowed. When we are not writing anything, that time it is not allowed. We will automatically delete that thread. Suppose if we are not writing anything, so to whom it will be provider services. If I come here, if I remove this thing now, if I remove this thing, if I save this thing, If I run this thing, see, nothing is printing on the console. Why it is not printing on the console? Because if service if user thread is not there, so to whom it will be provider services. Who, if user thread is not there, to whom it will be provider services. That's why nothing is printing on the console. Now if I run this one here, here see both the thread will be printing. Sometimes it will print, sometimes it will not print. Now we will take the example. Okay, so here if I am writing inside that I am taking that here thread dot current thread dot isLM. When not isLM is daemon. We are writing when thread is daemon, then it will become here and it will be print here. That is the daemon thread, and we will print the name of that thread as well. Daemon thread we will print it here. Plus I am writing and thread dot current thread. I'm printing the name as well. Okay, so to get the name we have a get name. To print the name we have a get name method. So I'm writing here that is the get name. Okay, and here if thread is not allowed, is thread is not daemon, that time it will be print system dot out, and here it will be print that is the simple user. It will print simple user thread. Okay, here it will print thread dot. Here also you will get the name of the thread. Okay, so simple program I wrote here. Inside the error method, what I wrote, if I wrote inside if thread dot current thread dot is daemon. If thread is daemon, it will return true, and this if this condition is true, it will execute the if block. Whatever things we are writing inside the if block, it will be executed. Inside the if block, what we are writing, daemon thread, and then thread dot current thread dot get name. It will return the name of that thread. But if our thread is not daemon, so what it will be do? It will return false, and if it is false, it will be executing the else part. It will come here. It will print user thread and thread dot current thread dot get name. So it will return the name of our thread. Okay, if that thread is not daemon, so that thread name is name. It will be print on this line. Right. Now if I run this one, so see one user thread is working, that thread name is a thread 0 means this thread. Another thread we have that is the daemon thread, that is the thread 1 is printing on this one. Okay, thread 1 is a daemon thread, thread 0 is our normal thread, or we can say that it is a user thread. If I remove this thing from here, how you will see it is anything or not. So it is not printing anything because user thread is not there, and this thread is converted into the daemon thread. If this thread is converted into the daemon thread, means it will work as only the service provider. It will provide a services to this user thread. If the user thread is not there, DVM will automatically delete the daemon thread as well. Okay, now if I run this one, it will be work as fine. Sorry, see, it is work as fine. Thread 0 is also printing and thread 1 is also printing. Now suppose another thing is that if I remove this from here, if I set the daemon thread after the starting the thread, I set the daemon after starting the thread, I am setting this thread as a daemon thread. And it is possible if I run this one. So see, it is not possible because here it is giving the Java illegal thread state exception. If you want to convert any thread into the daemon thread, you have to done that before starting the thread. If you are setting after starting the thread, it will give you the error, the illegal thread state exception. With the exception, it will be give the illegal thread state exception. If you want to set any thread into the daemon thread, before starting the thread, you have to set, otherwise it will be give you the exception. Okay, that is the all about our daemon thread. And remember one thing, daemon thread life is completely dependent on the user thread. Okay, anyone have any doubt here? Anyone have any doubt? You can ping into the chat as well, yes or no. Okay, okay, now we'll move forward. Then what is the get priority and the set priority? Why we are using the priority methods here? According to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to the thread. Okay, according to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to the thread. Okay, so for getting the priority we have get priority method. For set the priority we have a set priority method. Okay, and always remember that priority is start from 1 to 10. Okay, always priority it starts from 1 to 10. I will show you the I show you the number as well. See, priority start from 1 to 10. One priority they have mentioned, they have created some constant as well. For 1 they created the mean priority, for 5 they have created non priority, and for 10 there is a max priority. Okay, for 1 they have created mean priority, for 5 they have created non priority, and for 10 we have a max priority. According to the priority, according to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to the thread. Okay, according to the priority, JVM will allocate the processor to that thread. Okay, suppose the priority, the thread which have the maximum priority, that will allocate the processor first, and that will be execute first. And the thread which having the lowest priority, that will be allocate the processor last, and that will be executed at the last. Okay, the thread we have a maximum priority, that will be execute first, and the thread which having the minimum priority, that will be execute at the last. Priorities always start from 1 to 10, not from 0 to 10. Okay, always remember that it will start from the 1 to 10, and only we have three constant: the mean priority, non priority, and the max priority. We don't have minimum priority, normal priority, maximum priority. We have only the mean, norm, and the max. Okay, mean, norm, and the max, we have these three priorities. Okay, for 1 we can write mean priority, for 5 they have mentioned non priority, and for 10 they have mentioned here, that is the, for 10 we have mentioned here max priority. Okay, either you can write this constant, that is mean priority, or you can write this number. If you are writing 1, that is considered as mean priority. If you are writing here 5, that is considered as the non priority. And if you are writing 10, that will consider as the max priority. Either you can write this constant, or you can write this number as well, as on your wish only. Now, what is the priority of our main method? Okay, if I want to check the priority of our main method, how we will check that? So simple, I will be come here, and I will be use that method, that is the get priority method. We have two methods here, that is the get priority and the set priority. Get priority is using for the get the priority, and set priority we are using for the set the priority. So simple, I will come here, and if I writing here system.out, if I want to check the priority of the main thread, so I will check that. So first we need to check get the instance for which thread is working here, current thread. After that, I want to get the name, get the priority of the thread. So for that, I will write simple get priority. If I run this one now here, what we are getting here, there is the 5. 5 is the priority of our main thread. By default, the priority of main thread is a 5. And 5 means that is the non-priority. Okay, non-priority is by default priority of our main thread. Okay, which thread is working here? That is main thread. So what is the priority of main thread here? By default, that is the 5 only. Now, if I want to check the priority of our created thread, so how will you check that? Same like that, thread dot current thread dot get priority. Get priority will read. Okay, now if I want to start that, so for that we have to create an object again, new test. Here I will write obj, and with the help of obj I will start the thread. Obj dot start. If I run this one now, see, two priority will get, that is the 5 and 5. So I will write here again. So see, if I come here and I will write here child, to differentiate both the things, I will write here child. So now we will check that what is the priority of main thread and what is the priority of our thread. Where you run this one, the priority of main thread is 5 on this line. And what is the priority of child thread? That is the 5 only. Now, I want to change the priority. Can we change the priority as well? Yes, we can change the priority. Which method we can change? We have another method, that is a set priority method. Same like a set name, get name. Okay. With the help of set priority method, we can set the priority. Get priority, with the help of get priority, we can get the priority as well. Okay. Now, here if I want to change the priority, how we will get that? So simple, I will write here, that is the thread. I will change the priority, thread dot current thread, and simple I am writing here, that is the set priority. Okay, now I am changing the priority of the our thread. That is the main thread. I am changing the priority. I am writing here, that is the 5. 5 is current priority. So I am writing here 7 now. Can be able to change the priority. I will remove this from here, and I will write as upside, because it will be printed here only. Okay. Before that we are getting only the two priority, 5 and 5. In this thread priority we change, only the main thread priority we changed from here. Now if I run this one, so see what will be print. Save one, but child thread priority is also changed. When we change the priority of our main thread, the child thread priority is also changing. Now we will make it another time. So I am make it 9 now this time. If I run this one, both the times, every times when I change the priority of the main thread, child thread priority is also changing. Why? What is the reason for that? So see here, priorities is inherited from the parent thread. Okay, priorities is inherited from the parent thread. As I told you, this thread we have created here, this thread is a child thread, and whatever thread is working here, that thread is a main thread. And this thread is working here inside the main method, that is the main thread only, right? Main thread is only responsible to execute whatever things we are writing inside the main method. Okay. So main thread is working here. And who is created this thread? Main thread only, because we are writing this thing only into the main method. Who is executing this thing? That is the main thread only. This is called as the child thread, and whatever thread is it is working here, that thread name is a main thread. Right? Main thread is a parent thread here, and thread 0 is a child thread here. Okay. Now what is the priority? Why priority is changing? If you change the priority of the main thread, why it is changing the priority of the child thread as well? Because priority is inherited from the parent thread. Parent thread, which is the parent thread here? The main thread is a parent thread, and thread 0 is a child thread. So whenever we change the priority of the main thread, child thread priority will be also changed. Now if I want to change the priority of the child thread, how we will change that? If you want to change the priority, you can change from here as well. Set priority. Now here you can use either this constant, or you can use the number as well. Now if I write here the constant, that is the max priority. Max priority means, see here, max priority means that is the 10, right? So if I come here, now if I run this one now, see what is the priority of our main thread here? There is a 9. And what is the priority of the child thread here? That is the 10. It is printing on the console. Okay, these are the two things here. Remember one thing, Windows does not support the priorities. Okay, priorities it depends on the priorities is depends on the platform, and Windows does not support the priorities. And if you are writing any priorities other than the 1 to 10, so what it will do, it will throw you one exception, that is the illegal argument exception. If you are writing any priority more than this one, that is the other than 1 to 10, it will throw you one exception, that is the illegal argument exception. Okay, Windows does not support priority. So any thread have this, suppose we have a this much thread, this thread having 10, this thread having 9, 8, 7, 6. So sometimes this thread will be work, sometimes this thread will be work, sometimes this thread will be work, because Windows does not support priority. But if you are using Mac OS other than all the things other than Windows, that this thread will be work, then this thread will be work, then this thread, then this thread, and then this thread will be, it will be work. Okay, and what is the use of the priorities? So according to the priorities, JVM will allocate the processor. Okay, that is the all about our priority method as well. We have two methods there. There's the get priority method and the set priority method. Okay, so this we still now how much method we saw? Basic method we have completed, naming method we have completed, daemon method as well, and the priority based method as well. Anyone have any doubt here? Anyone have any doubt here? Okay, no doubt. Now, another thing is that there is a prevented execution method. Inside the prevented execution method, what thread will be do? We will provide some amount of time, and for that some amount of time, thread will be stop its execution. And after that particular amount of time will be over, then thread will be start its execution again. Inside the life cycle of thread, we saw one state here, is the non-runnable state. If you perform any method on that, the thread will become into the non-runnable state. It will wait for that particular amount of time, and that if particular amount time will be over, then it will again come into the runnable interval. Again it will be start. Okay. So we have that method as well, that is the sleep method, yield method, and join method. What is the sleep method? Suppose if we come here, okay, and inside that what I am writing, system dot out I am writing, and I will remove all the things, we don't need that now. And if I remove this thing as well, okay, and inside that what I am writing, simple I am writing for loop. Okay, for loop there is int I equals to 0, int I equals to 0, I is less than equals to 5 I'm writing, then I plus plus I'm writing. Is it not whatever I'm writing here? And here I'm writing only the I. Okay. Now if I run this one, so from 0 to 5 it will be print all the things because we are created the object here, and with the help of object we are starting the thread. And if you write object dot start, indirectly it will call the run method, and here we are writing the for loop. So for loop is starting from 0 and it will go till 5. 0 to 5 it will be print on the console. See, 0 is print on the console. Now what I want that when it will become here, it have to wait for the every iteration. It have to wait for the 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds, it will be start the its execution again. For that, what we will do, we will use thread prevent thread execution method. Which are the prevent thread execution method we have? It is sleep method, yield method, and join method. Indirectly, what I want here, I want to stop the execution of this thread here for a particular amount of time. So for that, what we will do, we will use one method here, that is the sleep method. So how we will use that method? If you notice that here, sleep method is our static method. Okay, sleep method is a static as well as the native method. There are two sleep methods. Okay, one is our static method, another one is our one method is our native method, another one another one is not a native method, another one is a normal method. Native method means its implementation is written in another language other than the Java. The sleep method which having one parameter, that is called, that is the native method. The sleep method which having the two parameter, that is a normal method. Both the methods are throwing one exception, that is the interrupted exception. Interrupted exception, they both the methods are throwing. Now we will come here simply. Now I want to stop this execution for the some time. So what? How we will use this method? This is a static method. So directly we can use with the class name. I am writing here create dot sleep. And here, remember one thing. We have to provide here the values into the millisecond. See here what we are seeing here. That is the millisecond. So remember one thing. 1000 millisecond is equals to 1 second. 1000 millisecond equals to 1 second. So I'm writing here 1000 or the 2000 will write here. Now what it will do? It will become here I equals to 0. It will check the condition. Check if the condition is true, it will become here. But after this condition is checked, it will be wait for the 2 second. It will be wait in the into the sleep position for the 2 second. Okay, it will go into the sleep state means it will become into the non-runnable state for the 2 second. After that the 2 second will be over, again it will be start, and again it will be print whatever things we have. Again this will be loop going on, and every time it will be wait for the 2 second. Okay, now it is giving the error. Why it is giving the error? Because here this method is throwing one exception, that's the interrupted exception, right? It is throwing one exception, this interrupted exception. And as I told you, whenever we write here throws and the interrupt exception, so this method is bypass the exception to us. Whenever whoever people this calling this method, that people has to handle that exception first. After that only you can able to use this method. So it is giving the error. So how to solve that error? With the help of try and the catch block. With the help of try and the catch block, we can solve this exception. I will write this catch block outside. I will write this catch block here. After the for loop, we can write it here. Okay. After the for loop, I'm writing here now. If I run this one, see what will be print on the console. 0 is printing. Then 2 seconds stop. 1 is printing. After 2 seconds, it is printing 2. After 2 seconds, it is printing 3. Means what we are doing here, we wrote here thread dot sleep. Means what this method will be do? It will be stop the execution of this thread for the 2 seconds. For every iteration, it is stopping for the 2 seconds. If that 2 seconds will be over, again it will be start. If what is the value of I here? 0. 0 is less than 5, less than equals to 5, condition is true. It will be go here, it will be see this line, thread dot sleep. It will be stop this execution for the 2 seconds. Then here again, when the 2 seconds will be over, again it will be start, and it will print this again on the console. Again it will be increment the value, again it will be check the condition. If this condition is true, again it will be come for it will be go for the sleep for the 2 seconds. Right. So that is the use of our sleep method. If you want to stop the execution of the thread for the particular amount of time, that time simple we are using the sleep method. That time we are using the sleep method, and there are two types of method. There is sleep. There is sleep. The sleep method which having the one parameter, that is the static and the native method. In the sleep method which having the two parameter, that is a static but not a native method. Now another thing is that suppose here I am writing the minus value. So what will happen? What will happen if I run this one? If I run this one here, it will give the exception, the illegal argument exception. Timeout value is not negative, means we cannot able to give here the negative value. If you give negative value, it will give the exception, the illegal argument exception. Now another thing is that another method also we have, right? Another method also we have is a flip method with the two parameter. So I will come here and I will write the nanosecond. Suppose I am writing 9 is it 4 times. Now if I run this one, so yes, it is working fine, right? It is working fine. Now if I write here 5 time, this 6 time I'm writing 9, 1, 2, then this is the 4, right? So 6 time and 9 I'm writing. Now if I run this one, yes, yes it is working again. Now suppose I'm writing here 9 again, 7 time. Now if I run this one, see what it is giving. If I run this one, see what it is giving. It is giving the exception, illegal argument exception, nanosecond timeout value out of range. Means 6 times we can write, but other than 6 times you can write, so it will be give the exception, that is in nanosecond timeout value. That in nanosecond you can write only the 6 times 9 or 6 times value you can write. After that if you write anything, it will be give the exception. Okay, we cannot able to write the negative value here, and here we cannot able to write 7 time values inside the nanosecond. Okay, that is the thing for the get dot sleep method as well. Okay, so anyone have any doubt till now? Anyone have any doubt till now? Okay, so today, okay, so today we saw the basic methods, then we saw the naming method, then we saw demonstrate methods and the priority method, and at last we saw only the sleep method. Tomorrow we'll see what is yield method, join method, and the interrupted method. Okay, that is the thing for it today. If you have any doubt, you can ping me. I'll definitely help you. And today's, yes, bro, tell me. Join, we will see, no, when we will learn the join, that time I will tell you, bro. Yes, bro. Join method, I will tell you, bro. What is the difference between sleep and join? No, I will tell you, no. That time you will be easily understand what is the mean by what is the difference between sleep and join. Okay. So today's assignment is that you have to create a program on the this all the methods that we learned today. There is the current thread method, is alive, get name, set name, is daemon, set daemon, get priority, set priority, and sleep method. You have to create a program on that and you have to submit on the group. Okay. And if you have any doubt, you can ping me anytime. I will be definitely help you. So that is the thing for today. We will meet tomorrow. Bye.